Going on, my friends? It is Futures Brizio doing a evening broadcast here. This will be pretty short. It is quarter to nine on Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to jump in here. I made a video, my afternoon video, and I left with a few trades running at that time. And I just kind of wanted to let you know where they turned out. I told you at 8 p.m. when the overnight session started, I probably would close those trades. And I did indeed close them. I mean, quite frankly, I probably could have left them running. Um, but I get enough trades now with the assets that I'm looking at that I don't need to like sit here and hold them forever unless I really feel strongly about where they're going. And I have some reasons, like I talked about why I jumped out of them a little bit early. And so we'll just go right into this. Now, before we do that, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. Okay. And also, I am in one trade. I took this trade about a half an hour ago. And this is the New Zealand dollar currency index. I'm in a long here, as you can see. It hasn't really done much. Overnight, electronic trading. I mean, it is the Asian session, so that's part of the reason why I took it, because it is the Asian session. So even though this is the electronic session for this market, the Asian market is open right now. Now, this is the 4-hour chart going out to the daily. This still looks pretty bullish. We've had this very wild corrective move here, but it has held kind of this support area. I don't want to call this market structure because the market structure to me is way down here. The stochastic RSI has given a nice buy signal here on the daily chart, and it does call out pretty good signals here on the daily chart. And so um, I'm, gonna hold this overnight. I have a very reasonable stop loss though, take profit though, just basically back up near these highs. And the reason why is because if you zoom out just a little bit here, you can see on the daily chart that we do have this overhead resistance area. Now, if we're in a strong uptrend, I mean, ultimately this will go right through here. And if we go to the weekly chart, I think there's a much stronger resistance area sitting up here quite a bit higher. You can see there's multiple attempts at this area before. So this is definitely an attraction for liquidity up here at these areas. And so ultimately, uh, if we can smash through this area, this will probably be the next reasonable targets, which is again much further away. But you can see it's in a little bit of drawdown right now, but no big deal. Like I said, I have two contracts on. I'm just going to hold it and see what happens during the overnight. I will not be closing this before I go to bed. I'm just gonna, let it fly and see what it does. Really for the rest of tonight, and then certainly into the Asian London session tomorrow, assuming it hasn't closed before that. All right. But in regards to those trades that I took and closed out, so this was my trades for today. You can see. Um, all of them, well, except for this one, because this one was from, I think this looks at 24 hours. That's why. Oh no, because I closed it today. So this one I had running from yesterday, closed it today. So these are all the trades that I closed today, and here's my P&L, and you can see it was pretty good day. It comes out to about just under $600 when you take all of these and back out these two losses. That wheat trade that I was told you about, turns out I was a little bit early on that, so I closed it $12.50 loss, and I had an $80 loss on the Canadian dollar that I closed. If we go and look at that wheat market, I still am very bullish. And what I was saying earlier today is that I expected this, bullish run up here to have a nice pullback and then turn. We still really have not gotten a buy signal here on the stochastic RSI. You see it's still just running flat, but it is in the oversold area. So I did take that long, but I ended up closing it just because I wasn't sure how the market would reopen. And essentially it was break even, a very small loss. You can see I do have a price alarm set just above here. So if we, can really start pushing higher here, and I can get this stochastic RSI to wake up a little bit, I might, consider a long position on this. I might even sell, set up, although I don't do this a lot, maybe set up a buy stop in case nothing happens before I go to bed. I'm very leery about limit and stop orders though, because price can certainly spike into those areas because the big traders in the market that trading on the exchanges, they can see your entry levels. I mean, we can't as retail traders, but they do. And so, that's that liquidity hunting where they see orders sitting there in the market, a breakout trader in this case, and they spike price to it and then reverse off of it and take the liquidity. So I'm very, very leery about limit and stop orders. I just really prefer just to enter my trades manually. But unfortunately, sometimes those trades come when you're not on the charts or you're sleeping and you miss it. So, but I am still really uh, pretty confident here that we'll eventually see um, another bullish push up on wheat. Now, it could very well just come down further here, which is why I don't necessarily want to be premature. I mean, I could see an instance where it comes down, to this area where this former breakout area it starts acting as a little bit of support. That would be a pretty deep pullback, but not totally unreasonable. That sits right about around just beyond the 61.8 Fibonacci level. Again, I'm not a big fib person, but you know, a lot of that times it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because everybody sees it. So we'll see what happens with that, but I still am bullish on wheat. But getting back to this just really quick. So yeah, you know, you can see over here $600, but that includes that New Zealand dollar trade has gone into a little bit of profit or break even. So 591.70 was the profit there. And yes, before anybody says anything, I know I see this says demo, and that is because this is a funded account. And as you guys probably know, if you're trading on a prop firm, you're probably actually trading a demo account. You're not trading real money. I do have some parts of it blurred out just to preserve my some of the personal information that's in here. But I did want to just the main point of the video is just to point out what I ended up closing today as a follow up to that video I made this afternoon. All right, and yeah, so that's about it. There's that trade. It's actually up about $10 right now. Like I said, I'm just going to leave it and see what happens during the overnight. We have some movement up here on the British pound and all these the euro, and again the euro and the British pound are very closely correlated. The Australian dollar continues to move up. There's that New Zealand trade, and even the Swiss franc is trying to move higher. And even the Japanese yen is recovering a little bit. Now we still have some pretty significant overhead resistance on the yen. If you see this right here, right, we're still in a very much in a downtrend. This is kind of our market structure level that really has to hold for this downtrend to continue. But if we eventually get through here, that would be a reversal to the upside, and we'll start looking for longs. But at least temporarily, this thing is moving up. Canadian dollar also is moving up, and the US dollar is moving down. So right now, as we sit here and talk, this is the DXY, the dollar index. Like I say, there is no dollar futures currency market you can trade. So I just have the dollar index, the DXY up here, just to try to isolate the dollar. It's not quite the same as these other ones, but it's a good benchmark. And you can see the dollar is heading down. So really trading anything against the dollar as of speaking right now is good. So if you're a forex trader trading, like I said, anything against the dollar, whether you're short dollar yen or long Aussie US dollar or something like that, at least during this overnight session, probably will turn out to be pretty good. So and I do have some forex trades running. And so, we'll see what happens. So, um, yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow. I just wanted to just point that out and show you what I ended up closing today on the funded account. And I did take those, a couple of those on my personal accounts, the same trade, so it's not worth showing you on there. I didn't take all of them, but I did take most of those on my personal account. So, anyways, guys, I'll leave it there. Hope you have a good night. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night.